I am absolutely delighted to have you on Filme Shilmy. This is the first time we're actually doing a formal interview, and what a occasion to do it for. I mean, since the last time I saw you, you've become a reality show judge, and you've just choreographed the latest banger, Dholida. So, describe me. How are you feeling?
Um, it's I'm just excited. I'm really, really excited. I think it has been a very, very divine experience to be very, very precise. And I am feeling very good with all the appreciation coming in for the song. It's a very good feeling.
Right. Let's get straight into Dholida because I think it's definitely created quite the stir on the internet and on Instagram Reels. I mean, your Reels were brilliant, by the way. I absolutely was in awe because it's the first time I've actually seen you properly dance in motion. Like we've been on set together and everything, but it's the first time I saw you do that. So, I mean, look, you're no stranger to Bhansali songs in terms of choreography. So, what was the brief this time round for you?
Um, okay, so basically, this is the women of Kamatipura, right? It's a prostitution area. So this was the time when the women could just not be bothered about the profession, just come out together, have fun, dance, think of the Devi, and just have fun. It was their time, and at the same time. Sir Sanjay sir had very, very specifically said that we have to be as authentic as possible, but at the same time, it's about Gangu's trance and her journey and her emotions that has to come through this song. It's not just about Garba. It's just more than that. So yeah, I mean Garba and Gangu. That's basically the two things that I knew I had to bring out.
Yes, and I think what I really find fascinating about this song, is the fact that um the garba itself, I mean, when I even heard the beats, like it reminded me so much of a Gujarati film I watched recently called Helaro, and the garba beats of that. And so, how much of an influence was that in terms of the hook step that you created and the organic garba movements?
I genuinely had enjoyed Helaro, and I remember when I had received the national award, Helaro also had received the national award. Their entire team was there, and there was a mutual admiration club at that time that we had going. I think they did what they did in that film was really, really raw, organic, and absolutely beautiful. Not to take anything away from them, but this was not that. This had a very Kathiawadi feel on a basis for it, but Kamatipura being in Bombay, it had also an essence of Bambaiya Garba. What we just there is no form to that, but at the same time, the groove, the swag of it is still very Garba. And because Gangu comes from Kathiawad, so there is a lot of Kathiawadi influence in there. So I think Hookstep was something that I cracked the first day because it's just Sanjay sir's music. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and I remember that little, even that movement that you did with the little hip shake. Yeah, that one. So I'm pretty sure that must have been a quite like a reference point for you, if you may, in terms of including such a catchy hook step, right?
Yeah, I mean, my team and me, I think we had a lot of fun doing this entire choreography. It's been absolutely stunning.
So we see Alia getting Mataji towards the choreography.
That last one shot um, is not easy. It's almost a minute and 10 seconds. So we did almost 7 takes of that shot, and Alia had just almost given up. As in, it's not easy to get into that trance and to deliver what you have to deliver as an actor, as a dancer, performer. It's not easy. But she did not give up. There was I very clearly remember this. I went up to her and I said, "You know what? We've got what we need, but can you just push yourself for one last take? If you don't do it, we're good. We've got what we need. But if you can, we'll do one last time." And what you see is the last time that she performed it on set. It's the trance that was very divine. It was not something that anybody could have told her, anybody could have guided her. It was purely the goddess that was there present amongst us. I can whatever happened on that shot was
Hmm.
not just Alia, but it was just something much more. So her
Right,
bumping
right.
into someone, coming back into the namaskar, and then continuing was just the trance that Alia got into, because she had bodily, physically, mentally, she was so into that, because we've done so many takes of it that it
Hmm.
could only have gone to that trance naturally.
Hmm. And I can imagine, and because of the fact that Garba is a homage to the Hindu goddess, Ambe Mata. Did you also feel responsible, I think, as well, in terms of as a choreographer, to ensure that it does make sure that it encompasses that bhakti, you know?
Right. So I have a company called Kali Company,
Hmm.
and I am I'm a Shiv Bhakt, but I also am a complete Devi. I just adore her, because I think Devi is all creation, everything awesome. And the moment I got this song, the only thing I said was, just be present amongst us, because this cannot be done without the Devi in all of us. Having said that, there is a huge responsibility, because at the end of it, Sanjay sir's films always, encourage Indian roots, Indian culture, the Indianness of it too, and he glorifies it, and he makes sure that everybody enjoys it. And that was a huge responsibility, because I have grown up watching his garbas. So coming to the point where I get to choreograph garbas for his films is not just a responsibility, but it's nerve wracking. It's very scary.
I can imagine, but dar ke aage jeet hai, and I think you've constantly proven that, Kruti. Even,
Thank
I mean,
you.
I've known you for so many years, and I know it's been not a cakewalk at all for you. You've had so many trials and tribulations along the way. But when you are now an established choreographer, in fact, one of the leading choreographers, if I may say, of our generation in Indian cinema, when you look back now at that journey, how do you feel? What is the thought that crosses your mind when you look back at that young Kruti Mahesh from Dance in the Dance?
Um, I've just begun.
Right, right.
It's it's still a beginning, and I did not at any point think that I would be doing what I'm doing right now. I am just completely full of gratitude. I'm thankful to everything that has happened. There are no regrets. There's And I'm the two people that I will always be obligated to, and I will always be grateful to, will be Remo sir and Sanjay sir. They've been mentors to me in various ways and occasions, and I cannot thank them enough.
Absolutely. And I think, Ruti, I feel like it's very few nowadays where we've seen generally, I think, female choreographers actually. Like, like we've got, of course, Geeta Ma, we've got Farah ma'am, and of course, not forgetting the legendary Saroj Khanji herself as well, that have really been the trailblazer. So how important is it for you to, I guess, not to put any pressure on you, but to also carry that lantern forward and to continue that legacy of female choreographers? And I know it's not about gender, but I think it's also important to highlight that. So how important is it for you in that sense?
It there are many occasions where people have compared me to a Webvi ma'am, a Sarojji. I am not even in their league, is what I tell everybody. Is that these women have done some incredible work. They are legends in their own way. What I have are opportunities, and if I get whatever I get, I'll make sure that I give my 200%, because I completely enjoy cinema. I enjoy the process of filmmaking. I didn't even know I enjoy it so much until I was on a film set. So creating something and getting appreciated for it, not just appreciated, but people enjoying that, whether it's an emotion of happiness, sorrow, crazy, madness, whatever it is, if I can translate that through my dance or my movements or my direction of choreography or whatever it is, if that goes through, I think that's more than enough. If people remember my choreographies and the dances and the songs, 12 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, I think I've done a decent job.
Oh, you've done more than a decent job, let me tell you that. I still remember that time when I saw you on Household 3 set and I was lip syncing to a song and you were like, Anuj, do not lip sync. You cannot lip sync. I still remember that, and my God, what a great relationship transpired from there. And, no, but you're incredible at what you do, Kruti. I think as a reality show judge, we've had many conversations where I said I wanted to see you as that, and lo and behold, you're now a reality show judge also. So I guess how important is it for you to be empathetic and to sort of, I guess, remember your vulnerable self and your grassroots self when you are judging someone on a reality show?
It's actually very, very important because you kind of, the words that come out of you or the actions that you do on those shows, it kind of leaves an impact on the contestant, and you don't know how that is going to translate unless you are kind, compassionate, and everything more, because it's the beginning of their journeys. And I know I've had three amazing mentors who've always been motivating, always been very positive on things. So if I've got that, I know I can do 10 times more, and not just be sitting there and say, oh, you've done a good job, oh, not so good. I think it's so much more than that. And if in right now in India, dance is really booming. I mean, everybody is evolving, not just the basic forms of dance, but there's so much that people are learning and doing. And I think it's fantastic what India has done in terms of just dancing. I think I'm very happy and proud to be a choreographer today.
Right, absolutely. And look, Kruti, I mean, on a final note, things have always been, things are working out really well for you. And I'm really genuinely happy to see this transition that, you're going through at the moment. And I really do pray that it continues to excel. What do you see as your next goal? And I know things happen to you very, matlab, bina puche, aisi, matlab, divine intervention ho gaya. But what would you kind of like to do next, or challenge yourself next as a choreographer?
I want to do a lot more. I mean, I want to do musicals. I want to do international work. I want to do Tollywood. I am such a Tollywood at heart. I want to do like a proper Alu Arjun Dhanush kind of songs. I would enjoy doing that.
Yes.
There's so many directors I want to work with. There's some really, really, really fantastic directors that are on the filmmaking market right now, and I want to work with all of them, because at the end of it, as a creative person, there has to be a give and take. Otherwise, if I stop learning, my journey will stop. So yeah, there's a lot more to do.
Well, look, I mean, your journey is definitely not going to stop. I'm telling you that now. I mean, ye to bas shuruaat hai. It's funny, I caught up with Nishant Bhatt also recently. And I said the same thing, because I saw you two interact, and I was just like, one day I want to see you both together choreographer Bhansali song, So, and it just really makes me happy to see that choreographers are now getting that due credit that they rightfully deserve, See, before we only used to hear about Farah Khan and Saroj Khan and, just here and there, but now we get to see a face to the moves that we see on screen. I think that is such a wonderful transition that we're seeing, Kruti. But look, Kruti, I mean, this is just one interview that we've done, and I'm sure we're going to do many, many more. But thank you so much for taking the time out for a really busy schedule and joining me on Filme Shilmy.
Yay, Anuj, all the best for Filme Shilmy. I'm sure you're going to do amazing, amazing interviews and a lot more for yourself too.
Thank you.
You've had an incredible journey, and thank you for being a part of my life.
Thank you, darling. Every time, honestly, anytime, I'm just there at the drop of a hat. You know that. So, and keep rocking with Dholida, man. What a great song. And I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. And it's making me
watch the whole film. All the songs have been choreographed by me. So please go have fun.
I think we'll do more interviews on the other songs as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. Well done. But thank you so much, Kruti. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're most welcome. Bye. Bye.